Let's turn things over to outside, where they are having the CEO of Moscow Copper, J.J. Resnick, and the head bartender from the Four Seasons in Santa Barbara mixing up some great Moscow Mules. Danny Max is out there on the patio with him. Hey, Danny.
Hey, Joe. How's it going? You know what I always say? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. So I'm joined alongside J.J. Resnick. You are the founder of Moscow Copper. And, you know, when you think about Moscow Mules, it's a really popular bar drink. And the thing that really sets them apart is everyone notices the copper mug. So thanks for joining us and explain to us.
Me.
Yeah, absolutely. So explain to us how the mug came about.
So back in 1941, a lot of people think Moscow Mule came from Russia. It actually was born in Hollywood, California. My great-grandmother, Sophie Berezinski, had immigrated over here and had all these extra copper mugs that she had made with her father back in the factory and wanted to get rid of them. So she met Jack Morgan, who owned the Cock and Bull Pub in Hollywood, and John Martin, who had a floundering vodka company at the time, and the three of them, out of marketing, came the Moscow Mule.
So because she just had all these extra copper mugs, that's the reason that we drink them out of these mugs now.
And the extra ginger beer that one guy had, and the extra vodka. So that's exactly the reason, and I just decided 2 years ago to relaunch the company, the Moscow Copper Company, and bring people back the original, authentic copper mugs and get rid of all the, tin and phony copper mugs out there.
Well, I love Moscow Mules, but the trick is you have to have it made right. So who better than to do a demonstration for us is Tyler. He's the head bartender at the Biltmore Four Seasons in Santa Barbara. So, Tyler, how's it going, and what's the trick?
It's going great. The trick is to use fresh ingredients. One thing that we have produced is a ginger lime syrup here. That is the trick to it, is using fresh limes, this ginger lime syrup, and soda water. It's really simple. So we're going to take 1.5 ounces of vodka, right there, and then we just use about 1/2 ounce of ginger lime syrup. You don't need a lot to make this cocktail. It's very simple. This is fresh ginger and lime in here, and sugar that we made.
I notice you're using a jigger for everything. Do you recommend jigging and measuring it out versus free pouring?
It depends. It completely depends. I recommend free pouring if you're more comfortable with that. Sometimes it's easier for bartenders to do free pouring versus jigger. It takes less time. But also jigger if you want to make a perfect mule and you want it to be pretty tasty and you want it to be exact. I mean, you can use a jigger. And so we just do a little squeeze of a fresh lime in there and just topping it with soda water.
So the flavor profile you're getting, it's a little sweet, it's a little sour, you get that ginger,
right,
so that
and you're
spice.
getting the spice from the ginger.
Right. And there's a lot of variations.
Absolutely. So we have right here a cucumber passion fruit mule. So that's the same thing. We're using about 1/2 ounce of the ginger lime syrup and just a little bit of soda water and vodka on that. And then we have some fresh passion fruit and cucumber. And then on this one over here, we have a cayenne lemon honey mule. That also does really well with whiskey for anyone who likes Kentucky mules.
Kentucky mule. I like those a lot too. Okay, so the trick to do this right, folks, you got to get a mug made by Moscow Copper and J.J. Resnick, and you got to have it made by Tyler at the Four Seasons. All right, stick around. We'll be right back.